ion, polyatomic ion called permanganate, going to the manganese plus 2 ion. Here's the second half reaction method. One of them will be a Leo, the other will be a Gur. What I'm noticing, however, is there's a hydrogen ion and there's a water molecule, and I didn't write about them in the two half reaction. We're going to learn very soon when we flip the page that those are tools to help me balance. Never include them in the initial half reaction. That H positive, the acid ion, it's just a proton in there. A hydrogen ion is used to balance H's in a half reaction. That a water molecule is a tool that we're going to use to balance oxygens in a half reaction. So if I'm looking at the first half reaction, all I'm doing in this initial step is recognizing how to break a complex reaction that I really would have difficult time trying to eyeball back and forth to balance, just breaking it apart into two halves, creating a half reaction. The steps that we use now to balance these half reactions is that 8-step process we should become familiar with. The reason I just selected this example is to make a note. Hey, note to self, when I'm writing half reactions, hook together elements that aren't H's or O's, that hydrogens and waters are now just considered tools to help me balance. It makes sense because you know the title of our chapter? It's called Aqueous Reactions. Water plays a role in every equation. Aqueous reactions are water reactions. Water's a tool to help us balance. In water molecules, we have hydrogen ions for acidic solutions. We have hydroxide ions for basic solutions. Those are simply tools that we'll see to help us balance. So let's take a look at those rules. What does it mean to balance a reaction using the half reaction method? Keeping in mind that Leo has to equal Gur, we know that the electrons produced must be those required. So all I'm looking here is a little way of saying, as I begin balancing my equation, Leo has to equal Gur. When we break apart the equation, just as I did with that simple one, I was stressing back here, electrons lost has to be gained. And if it wasn't true in the half reaction, we had to make it true by distributing a coefficient. Here's the procedure, and we're going to see that there's two different types of solution, aqueous solutions that occur in acids and aqueous solutions that occur in bases. Let's tackle, I think, the easier of the two first, tackling the steps for acidic solutions. This finally might be where you have to flip your page in the note pack to see the 8 steps discussed. Alrighty. What might be the best tool here to make you say them out loud to start memorizing? And I know we're recording. Let's say them out loud together. Together, everyone out loud when I say go. Read rule number 1. Say it so loud in rule number 1 that it actually makes the microphone in front of me. Reading rule number 1 out loud, ready, set, go.
Write separate half reactions.
Excellent. Write separate half reactions. We practiced that. Don't fall apart now. We're recording. Ready, set, go.
For each half reaction, balance all reactants except H and O.
Excellent. Here's what I heard you say. Anybody but H and O's get balanced with a coefficient. Just eyeball it back and forth. If you're an H or an O, ignore them. Any other element, balance them right away. Rule number 3. Ready, set, go.
Balance O using H2O.
Beautiful. I would have said water. If I'm balancing O's, O's are first. I place waters. Separate the reactions. Balance everybody but H and O. Now balance O. What do I use to balance O? Yell it.
Water.
Thank you. You were thinking. Rule number 4. Read it out loud. Ready, set, go.
Balance H using H positive.
Thank you. And Nate, way cool on you. You're the voice that's carrying everybody. Everybody else louder. Number 5. Ready, set, go.
Balance charge using E negative.
What's that? Electrons. Good on you. Balance O's with water. Balance H's with protons. Balance the charge with electrons. Rule number 6. Ready, set, go!
Multiply equations to make electrons equal.
We did that a moment ago. Distributed coefficient. So Leo equals Gr. John alone. Ready? So loud that Troy's ear hurts. Rule number 7. Ready, set, go.
Add equations and cancel identical species.
That's it? That's your best?
Yeah.
Wasn't bad. Casey, show him up. Ready? Ready, set, go.
Check that charges and elements are balanced.
Excellent. Not so bad. 8 steps. They're fun to read out loud together. I think what's more important is really having this handy, all 8 rules. Let's take a peek. On a separate sheet of paper that you had out in handy, let me give you just a moment. I'll pause this. I want you to write down what you see on the paper. Again, I'll stop the recording, give you time to wiggle.